Hi, good evening. Welcome to Curriculum Night for the 2020 school year. This is a school year like no other, so welcome to my house. I've been a teacher for 23 years, and this is the first time I'll be welcoming parents into my home for Curriculum Night. So welcome to the virtual campus, and I would like to introduce a little bit about my Lit Strange class. Literature of the Strange and Mysterious. So I'm going to share with you, as I would my students. Here is our Moodle page for the Lit Strange class. This is the page that they see when they do their independent learning, as well as the pieces we look at together when we are Zooming together for our live instruction. I'd like to focus in on our syllabus and share with you some important things to know about our class. So here in the top box, well, highlighted in yellow, first of all, I always like to highlight the time, the meeting. By now, it's been our second class, and the kids know our time and what day we're meeting. That's pretty set. And this can give you an overview of our class. We're focusing on the literary elements found in mystery, fantasy, suspense, science fiction, and horror. And the books that we're going to be reading that are listed down here at the bottom. We have Murder on the Orient Express, Cat's Cradle, Dracula, Kindred, and The Hobbit. Those are the pieces we're going to be reading this quarter, this semester, I should say. So the virtual opportunities, I like to stress just the flexibility and individuality that this offers your students. I think they are really settling into that flexibility and enjoying it. I know a lot of them mentioned to me early on that they were a little nervous about time management and, how will they meet their deadlines when they don't have class every single day with every teacher. But I think they're really settling in. I know from the amount of contacts I'm getting from your students during the day that they are really digging in and embracing that independence, as well as when we're together. They're starting to get a little more vocal and a little more verbal and comfortable on this video share, which is a little odd for everybody, but we're liking it. For me, I have two young daughters. My husband is also a high school teacher, teaching at Lake Orion High School. So we're all doing school at home together, which has been very fun and interesting. I've been a Rochester teacher for 22 years. I have a master's in education from OU, as well as my undergrad degrees. More importantly, just ways that you can get a hold of me at any time when you need to are my email, kmsmith@rochester.k12.mi.us, and my weekly office hours. Those are for students. You could drop in as well if you ever wanted to ask or talk about anything. But those are really important in terms of sharing time with students beyond our one-on-one Zoom time, that they can meet with me. I just basically am here on camera on Zoom, and they can pop in and pop out whenever they need help and assistance on their classes with me. There's an afternoon on Monday after my row of classes have been taught that I'm available for help, and on Thursday in the morning times for help. I'm obviously going to be available to them anytime in between, minus the time I'm teaching, but they can email me at any time, and I will respond to them as quickly as I can. I know that the help and support during this time for them is really critical to their success. This is just our weekly view snapshot. So here are my class lists, just to give an idea. If a student emails me at 9 a.m., but I don't respond until maybe after 2 or so, it's not because I'm not seeing their email question or their request, but I'm in class on Monday for that length of day. The independent and work time, just a little bit about that. So we have the one-on-one instruction on Monday, and I don't really call it homework. I like to tell the students it's their extended independent learning. So what I'm doing during our live instruction is sort of setting a course for them, pointing them in a direction, introducing something, maybe we're talking about something in depth, and then they go into their independent work that's on our Moodle page and just extend out that learning on an individual basis. And that's where they can apply their flexibility, their where they want to do it, when they want to do it, and that kind of thing. Attendance for the live Zoom is pretty important. It is mandatory. They need to be there, and we definitely make accommodations. If for some reason a student can't be with us, we make accommodations for getting them to the information. It could be if they ask me to record a session, I can do that, or I can meet with them in those after hours, those office hours, and go on over with them one-on-one what we covered in class, and get them going on what they need to do. It is important that if your student is going to miss the live Zoom class, that they can email me, but I need a parent also to validate that that absence is going to take place. Grading is going to follow Rochester Community Schools grade scale. But I like to stress too, my philosophy is very strong on, someone doesn't always get to the finish line on whatever it is they're working on the first time. It might take a second time to go through it. It might take a little conversation with me on, hey, think about it this way, or what if you put this motivation on this character? How do you think that might change what they're doing? So sometimes it's going to be reworking it, maybe to make the learning a little deeper. Maybe they're not quite understanding something, whatever goal or objective we have. So I want to help them get a little further into it. And so I might ask them to rework it. I never count it late. Reworking is learning, so it only makes them stronger. There's no penalty to it. If their grade goes up because they were showed more depth or more critical thinking, then great for them, and they earn that. So also for grading, I will not be keeping a grade book in Moodle. Please use the student view, gradebook in Synergy, or the parent view. That's where all grades and bookkeeping will be done. So I don't want any confusion on that piece of the grading. Just what you can do to help, and what you can do to help your student be successful. Here to the parent, just help your student find a dedicated space for school as best that you can. I know that sometimes homes right now are crowded with everybody doing at-home work and at-home school, but finding a quiet place for your high schooler to be, especially during those Zooms where they can listen carefully, participate, and not lose focus, is really important. And then wherever else they want to do their work, they can choose to do it. But that's the nice thing about the flexibility. Help them remember to eat and drink regularly, to stop, what they're working on, get away from the computer a little bit, take breaks, get up and move around, take a little walk. I try to walk with my daughters at lunchtime. We go around the block and just stretch our legs and give our eyes a break. And please stress to them to seek help. I know I'm a new teacher to 99% of them, and maybe they're a little bit awkward. They feel like, they're hesitant to reach out. Just please stress to them that to be successful, we all are going to need help and ask for assistance, and I'm always right here to help. So I want to welcome you to the virtual campus, and I hope that your student is enjoying it. I hope the feedback so far is great, and we look forward to a year on this new adventure. So thank you for joining us. Have a good night.